how to make a coconut shrimp Alfredo sauce. Recently I posted a video on the chicken Alfredo that I make. So this is similar to that, only I have made a couple changes. So I've tweaked it here and there, and instead of using the heavy cream, I replaced that with the coconut milk, which works just as it tastes like an Alfredo sauce. So another great thing about it is that if you are a person that has a lactose issue, this sauce is not going to bother your stomach. It's a lot lighter. Like I said, I still am using the cheese, but I'm just not using as much cheese. I hope that you like this recipe. I hope that you try it. And no more talking. Let's go over all of the ingredients that we're going to need to make this. Okay guys, we're going to start off with 12 ounces of shrimp. I do want to add that this shrimp has been washed, peeled, and deveined, and I did season it with garlic puree, salt, pepper, and a little bit of oregano. We're also going to be using 3 tablespoons of olive oil or any oil of your choice, salt and pepper to taste, and 3 nice sized garlic cloves, a can of 13.5 ounces of coconut milk, 3 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I am using fresh Parmesan cheese. If you don't have fresh Parmesan cheese, you can always use the cheese that comes in a jar. If you're using the shredded cheese in a bag, I usually use about half a cup. I'm also using a 1/4 cup of scallions and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay, and now we are ready to start cooking. We're going to be setting our burner to medium-high. We're going to start by cooking our shrimp first. So into your pan, you want to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. Not a lot, just enough to coat your pan. Okay, and once your oil has heated up, we're going to be adding our shrimp to that. Now, shrimp does not take a lot of time to cook. We're going to be cooking this for about 5 minutes. You want to cook it until your shrimp is about an opaque with pearly pink color. You want to make sure that it loses that gray color. That's how you know when it's done. And once your shrimp is done, we're going to remove that and we're going to put that in a separate bowl. And next we're going to be adding our 2 tablespoons of butter and the rest of our olive oil. And we'll be adding our garlic to that. Now, you don't want to cook the garlic too much because garlic can tend to burn pretty fast, so you want to cook it for close to a minute. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're cooking off the rawness of the garlic, and at the same time we are infusing our olive oil. I'm going to be adding the scallions to that, and we're just going to be cooking that for a couple seconds. And I'm going to be getting ready to add our coconut milk, but before we add the whole can, in a small bowl, we're going to be reserving about a 1/4 cup of that coconut milk. We're going to be using that later to mix our cornstarch with. And you just want to add the rest into your pan. At this point, I'm just going to stir this up a little bit, and I'm going to be bringing down my burner to a lower setting. We're going to allow this sauce to simmer a little. And while the sauce is simmering, I'm going to take the coconut milk that I had reserved, and I'm going to start mixing my cornstarch into this. And I'm just going to be adding 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to this because the coconut milk that I'm using is already thick. You just want to mix that in real good. You just want to make sure that no clumps are visible. And just for a quick note, if you are using the coconut milk that is not thick, then I would just add 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. And we're just going to put this to the side for later. Next, we're going to be adding our seasonings. So in goes our Italian seasonings and our salt and pepper. And we're going to give this a good stir before we add our shrimp. And I have added my shrimp, so next I'm going to work my cornstarch mixture into the sauce. And we're just going to stir this around a little bit. At this point, your burner is still set on low and your sauce is still simmering. And we're just basically waiting for this to start to thicken up a little. And I can already tell that this is starting to thicken up. And this is just about the consistency that we want. So we are going to start adding our Parmesan cheese to this. And really the Parmesan cheese is really just a preference thing. I love Parmesan cheese. I just think that it makes for a great Alfredo sauce. So I do use about half a cup in this recipe. But you can put as much, as little, or as much as you want. And at this point your sauce is now done. We're just going to give it one quick stir and just allow it to sit, I want to say about 5 minutes before you start mixing it in with your spaghetti squash or noodles or whatever it is you're going to be mixing this with. And I am ready for my favorite part, taste testing. And I am ready to dig into this. So let's try this out. Take a little bit of pasta, and we can't forget a shrimp. The flavors are just as good as any Alfredo sauce. It tastes like an Alfredo sauce with a little hint of coconut flavor. It's very good. So I'm going to keep eating this, and I hope that you try this recipe. And see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I wanted to do something a little bit different for my food for thought. I wanted to do something that was a little bit more personable. So this is just a trial basis, and I wanted to see how it worked out. So my food for thought for today is out of this Daily Word book that I have that my uncle gave me before he passed away. And I am reading from day 46. Each day God provides me with a new beginning, a fresh start, and that is the title of what this passage is about. The verse that they're using is Ezekiel 36, 25 to 26. I will sprinkle clean water upon you, a new heart I will give you, and a new spirit I will put within you. And it goes on to read, do I wish that I could right a wrong or correct mistake by having the chance to do something over? The truth is that every day can be a new beginning, a fresh start. Each day God gives me the opportunity of a new day that I can mold into something fulfilling. I have the time, a fresh 24 hours, and the capability, a gift from God to do all I need to do. Every relationship is renewed as I contribute more understanding, gentleness, and love. Even routine responsibilities begin to hold my interest as I acknowledge that whatever I do my best. I make a fresh start emotionally, physically, and spiritually as I declare and follow through on this truth. God provides me with a new beginning each day. This devotion really spoke to me because I feel that oftentimes we tend to have a harder time forgiving ourselves. You know, we are taught at an early age that we need to forgive others. And sometimes I just think that we have a hard time forgiving ourselves when we make mistakes, and we hold on to that and we let that weigh us down. So I am here to tell you that the God that we serve is an awesome, loving God. He's a God of new beginning. He's a God of fresh starts. And whatever it may be, it could be your spiritual relationship with God. It could be a personal relationship. It could be job related, whatever it may be. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. We all make mistakes. We may fall, but we get back up. We brush ourselves off and we keep moving forward. And always include God in all of that, because you will never go wrong. So thank you for watching my food video. Thank you for sticking around until the very end to see this food for thought. And I will see you next time. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.